Hello and welcome to this sacred space. In today's reading, you will receive a message from the void. Now, what that message is about, I have no idea. I'm just going to be open to receive and channel it to all of you. The void can be a tricky energy to deal with, but remember that it holds both emptiness and darkness, but also infinite potential and creativity. So let's begin. There are only 2 messages today. If you want to skip ahead, you can choose from the timestamps in the description box down below. And if you want to, you can be with me during the intention setting here to begin with. So I'm going to begin here now. I'm connecting in with my sacred self and the wisdom of my sacred self through all existing lifetimes, both the past, the present, and the future coming together in this now moment. Connecting in with my spirit guides. Connecting in with Ma Kali. Calling forth Gere and Freke to guard and protect this sacred space, and to only allow in those energies that Ma Kali and my spirit guides deem fit. Entering into the well of Mimer's well, in order to access wisdom, knowledge, and insights from other realms, as well as from my own subconscious terrain and my own ancestry line. Connecting deeper into the void space. Activating and raising my inner fire in order to ignite your flame, passion, and authenticity. I set the intention to give you clarity and wisdom through these messages, and that I channel these messages in a clear, concise, compassionate, and impactful way in order to transform and ignite your experience. I pray that these messages will be for the highest good of all beings and the earth in its entirety. Let it be so. Tack så mycket. Let's begin the readings. Message number 1. Before I pressed record here, I was being asked to connect in to something deeper, connecting into the void, the relation between the void space and you, where you are at right now, and the trajectory that is in line for you next, you could say, if you choose to. So what I connected with when I was deep down in the deepest of depths within your inner void space was something deep, of course, but I went deep, but what I'm trying to explain is the feeling. The feeling was very deep, that I connected with something very profound and deep inside of you, something ancient, something lusty, something that is waiting, not under the surface, because that's not where we are, but deep, deep, deep down. And it hasn't had the opportunity to surface because what I connected with too was mistrust. There's not trust somehow in connecting into this and expressing this. So trying to convey this in a more mundane language, day-to-day life language, is that there's something that you want out of life that you are currently not engaging in or with, that wants to rise up to the surface. You have been busy doing other things, not noticing this, perhaps by choice, not consciously. Because there's mistrust in, yeah, I feel the fear there, the trepidation. What I feel the most is, can I handle this? So let's find out more in detail. No. I'm being asked to draw up a timeline for you. And I'm using my beloved Marielle Tarot. So if you were to connect with this, whatever it is, what would the timeline look like for you? And remember, this is something that is not at the back of your mind. It's very deep down, very, very deep down. So what's the timeline for this? I'm wondering if there's something I'm missing here. No, I'm just feeling the emptiness and the space of this. And they're saying that you're not giving it enough space or emptiness because the spaciousness and emptiness seems to get you a little bit nervous. You don't devote enough time to be in that. There's always something to do. There's always something to occupy yourself with. So there needs to be more time in nothingness, in the void, for this to emerge fully. And I'm feeling it sort of rising up here. I'm supposed to begin with one card to tell you the theme or the archetype of this. The High Priestess. Spiritual knowledge. Work, devotion. These are words that I'm receiving right now. I must say that it's very different to be working with channeling a space and an energy, an archetype, than it is channeling a deity, because this is more fluid. It's a bit hard to pin it down or grasp, but I'm trying my best here. Spiritual knowledge. It might even be about occult knowledge, diving deeper into that. Mysticism. And I'm feeling for some of you even one very, very specific branch of this. Let's say, for example, astrology, and you might even want to be even more specific than that. really studying the zodiac signs, for example, and really devote a year of just studying the zodiac signs or something. This is supposed to be very, very, very deep here. But it has to do with something otherworldly. But you're connecting it into your earthly experience. Okay, now it's time for the timeline. What does the timeline look like for this group? So there's something here that you will need to do in order to get in contact with this. The Hanged Man at the bottom. So you will need to move into an altered state of being in order to access what it is here that you deep down want to connect with. Because I can't tell you. You need to find that out for yourself. But it does connect in with the archetype of the High Priestess and what I said before. Something mysticism, spiritual, occult, esoteric. Move into an altered state of being, and you might need to get a bit out of your comfort zone here. You might want to listen to guided meditations where you receive answers about your path or your purpose or choices, life choices or something like that. Or you can move into an altered state of being and you are being asked questions that you receive answers from your subconscious. So that's something. Is there something else that we can say as an example? They're talking about using the cards, but I see you getting help with this. So getting another reader to help you access this. But it feels like you need to have this conversation with each other because you are the one who needs to figure this out for yourself. But you can be guided and led by someone. Scrying is also an alternative. But something where you reach this trance state, an altered state, where you lose a bit of your consciousness and relax more. Because then your mind is not getting in your way here. So for the timeline, we have the Nine of Wands, Two of Discs, and the King of Cups. And it's interesting because in this King of Cups, I believe these flowers are lotus flowers, or yeah, I think so. And I do believe that the guidebook is talking about reaching an altered state with these lotus flowers. Perhaps. But there's a connection there. I'm not saying you should do anything like that. It's just the symbolism is there to confirm. So the Nine of Wands is where you are beginning here. I feel like when you receive this, something will happen here. Your not necessarily your body, but your energy will activate in some way, and something will start to rise here. So you will be activated somehow, and it can take up to sort of 3 up to 5 days. And I feel like something will happen with your energy that will help you to want to find this out, what this is for you. It will give you a boost, and you will not want to give this up. It's aiding you in order to help you understand or uncover what this is about, so that you can make this sort of devoting your life. Then we have the Two of Discs. This will change things for you, and I'm seeing before me the Three of Pentacles, the archway that they are building in the Waite Smith imagery here. Because then you're really entering into a sort of collaboration and mastery of your path and your craft as a witch, priestess, reader, healer. But this path demands things of you, and so you will need to make adjustments and shift, and you will have some realizations about where your life needs to change and shift in order to accommodate this experience that you're so deeply craving to step into in here. That's what I'm feeling. So there's a period here of perhaps realizing that you need to move somewhere else with your life. Life needs to change, or life will not be the same. And there's hesitation and excitement, and also just this. What I do feel the most is just this deep, deep knowing here. And then moving into the King of Cups is the embodiment of this path. When you are stepping into living and breathing this path, not just having it as a hobby or a passionate interest, but you are devoted to this work. Devoted to this work. And that's all I need to say about that. And what I'm hearing now is that is all for today's reading. I do understand if you find it a bit cryptic. If you do, listen again after a few days, come back to it, and see where you stand then. Thank you so much for connecting in today, and I do hope to see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye. Message number 2. I was being asked to connect in for a moment here before I pressed record, to feel into your space. And what I felt there was loss. I felt emptiness. I felt in between. So really the experience of being in the void space. And what I felt there was restlessness, impatience, and almost panic, and not knowing what to do with yourself or your feelings, or how to get out of that, or what do you do when you are here? What are you supposed to do with this? And what I connected in with then was almost as if you reversed aging. So almost like you became a child again and asking for your parents to take care of your needs because they know what to do. I'm not saying that everyone had a childhood like that. It's just a spontaneous response from a child, right? To expect that from a parent. What else? So we need to reverse this. And what you need to do here, if you find yourself in this space, is to parent yourself. So sit with this young version of you, imagining you being small, a little child, imagining then you as an adult, and perhaps even older than you are right now, taking care of you, taking care of your needs, listening to you, comforting you. There's a real chance here that something was missing from childhood that wasn't being accommodated for. And so you need to reverse back to heal, to mend, so that you can be more comfortable in this space. This energetic space that we sometimes find ourselves in, that is very, very valuable, but it can be a torture, to be honest. So where do we move from here? Because these two readings are very, very different. So I need to know where to move from here. So I'm just going to draw one card. What's the possible outcome for you from doing this for yourself? Showing this kind of love, respect, and compassion and strength towards yourself. What's the outcome? There's something else. I'm feeling a guide. And it's interesting because it feels like something in between an ancestor and a deity. So I'm not quite sure how to place this energy. So what wants to come forth from this energy? What do you want to say to this group? This is more so of an archetype that I'm connecting with here. It's almost that of a grandmother. I did this grandmother reading not that long ago. It feels a little bit like that, but it's more spiritual, it's more ethereal in essence and energy. So what do you want to say with that? Is there a message that you want to relay here? She's showing something with her heart, that it is okay. I feel like it's almost like, you know how we say Mother Earth? This is Grandmother Earth or Grandmother Ocean. Grandmother Ocean. And she's extending her comfort to you, lulling you to sleep in her waves. So something that you can do, if that's something that you like, is listen to sound of waves. When you are filled with anxiety, and especially if you are in this void space and feeling restless and anxious, if you really can't be with that, you can try to listen to waves crashing in, perhaps accompanied together with music. So meditation music where you hear the waves crashing in. I will try to remember to link a video that I like myself down below for you. Is there something else? The moon. I'm being shown the moon here as well, and I'm being asked to draw a card. Yeah, because we have the... I was supposed to draw a card for the outcome here. The moon. And the moon is almost full in my inner vision, and I do believe that it's almost full right when I'm recording this as well. 9 of discs. At the bottom we had the Empress. A mother taking care of her child. So this is about you coming home to yourself and realizing that you are safe within yourself, because you have the capacity to love yourself, to take care of yourself. And so whenever these feelings or this restlessness comes up, when you have worked through this, you know that you can handle it, and you know that you can take care of yourself. And it makes you feel more accomplished, more... what's the word here? More secure in yourself, because you know that you have that sense of home and comfort with you all the time, wherever you are. And I'm hearing that that's all for this reading. If this confused you just the slightest, because I am connecting in with something more ethereal and ephemeral, do listen back to this in a couple of days and see where this lands for you. And I thank you so much for connecting in with this reading. I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye.